Hello, everybody. This is Tom Eckert here. You're listening to my podcast, Numerology, a GPS for the soul. This is your place to learn about the true power of numerology and how to use it to bring out the best in yourself, understand your loved ones better, take wise decisions, and prepare for your future. In other words, how to live your life aligned with your true destiny. Take your time to educate yourself and share these podcasts with your friends and family so they too can enjoy the great benefits of numerology. Enjoy! Hello there and welcome to all my listeners. If you are new here, this podcast is a place to discuss numerology as a path for inner transformation, inner growth, spiritual expansion, and self-understanding. My approach is to make numerology accessible, grounded, and applicable for everyday life matters, so that you can actually use it to live more consciously and co-creatively with the changing trends and waves of energy of your life. Today, we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, and that is numerology and prediction, and also how prediction ties into our karma and what can we do when we predict something? How much freedom do we have with it? Should we change it? Should we not? But before we dive into this topic, I have some exciting news for you all. Well, it's summer, and summer is a space of freedom, is a space of trying out new things. And in that spirit, I am giving away an entire month of discounts starting today, July 23rd, until August 23rd, 2023. And so you can get yourself any kind of numerology reading, yearly forecasts, destiny readings, relationship readings, name change consultations, business name change consultations, naming a newborn consultation, readings for understanding trauma, or simply an ask whatever you want numerology reading. And each reading for a €40 off for the entire month. All you need to do is click on the link to my website that's provided in the podcast and the episode descriptions and book yourself a numerology reading. Next, you can get my online self-study numerology course. It's a comprehensive, high-quality, neatly organized course. It includes 44 high-quality videos and more than 70 exquisitely designed summary and practice sheets to make your numerology learning highly enjoyable and really easy to work with. All of that for only €99 instead of €279. Now that's a whopping €180 discount for the entire month. That means you can buy it for yourself. You can also purchase it for a friend of yours as a gift. You can buy it for your teenage daughter or son if they're, I would recommend 16 or above, to educate them with numerology. So all you need to do to get the discount is go to my website and go to the menu where you see online self-study numerology course, and at the checkout, make sure to enter the coupon code, all capital letters, Summer 2023. I repeat, coupon code, Summer 2023, all capital letters. Now, if you're defining or redefining your career and wish to pursue numerology as a career, I want you to know that I offer a full path of certification from beginner to expert numerologist. Check out the link in the podcast description and episode description to read more about the in-depth studies. And here is another discount for you. If you are already an experienced numerologist who wants to expand their expertise, you can sign up for my extension in-depth study packages of either 5 or 10 lesson packages and get a 15% discount for the package of your choice for the next entire month. Again, You can click on the links provided in the podcast and episode description to read more and contact me once you've made your decision. And lastly, my friend, if you enjoy this podcast and want to keep learning more quality numerology, make sure to click the follow or subscribe button on the platform you're listening from and become part of my numerology family and get updated with my latest podcast episodes. So after this introduction and all these exciting offers, let us dive into today's topic, prediction and karma in numerology. Now, numerology has the power to look into your past, present, and future. As such, it has a predictive element embedded at its very core. By observing one's period cycles, personal years, and personal months, a numerologist can predict potential events, both physical and psychological, emotional. This raises an interesting question. If numerology can predict my future, does it mean I can avoid painful experiences or difficult karma? It also raises the question, can I alter the course of destiny if I already know beforehand what's to come? These are understandable questions and relevant ones. And so let us explore these questions together. And we have to take a step back. And the first question I want us to ask or think about together is whether we can truly know what's ultimately good for us. Right? Before we answer the question of whether or not we can alter what we perceive as an undesired destiny, right? We must first ask ourselves whether we are in a position to truly understand what's our highest good in conjunction with all of life. Can we really say that difficult or undesired experiences are not part of the good of life, the fabric of growth, and even very often the way into greater love, compassion, freedom, wholeness, and wisdom? Moreover, if I want something good for myself, something I think should happen, how do I know it doesn't create a disruption somewhere else in the whole, right? In life as a whole, right? We're not isolated beings. Therefore, how do we know whether what should happen or what we desire is the best thing for life as a whole? Truth is, most of us have experienced a time in our life where a difficult time turned into a later blessing, into a significant growth. And so the question arises, should we at all want to alter our destiny or experience? How at all do we know that what we are trying to alter, to alter our destiny into, isn't going to be perhaps the opposite of what we need? You see, beyond our ideas of good and bad, there's a far greater intelligence at play, and it writes the story of our life from a much broader perspective than our own conditioned mind. Now let that sink in for a moment, because that might already change the whole way you approach the topic of prediction. That often brings along the question of, okay, now that I know something, how can I change it or alter it? And the question of altering destiny has become more prevalent as the New Age culture started to expand and grow, right? With books like The Secret, for example, of getting what you want using your imagination. But the question is, do we truly know what we want and what's good for us? And that is a very, very, very profound question. And we should be very serious about that. Now, understanding all the above, this raises a few additional questions. If I know a difficult time is coming, what should I do with it then? Should I just accept it? Should I avoid it? Can I find better ways to cope with it? Can I better prepare myself to deal with it? Can I mitigate the effects of it? In other words, what is at all the benefit of prediction? Right? I'm saying, well, or I'm telling you, hey, well, you should not really touch your destiny. You should not really do anything because how can you know what's good? Then why at all, use prediction? Now, these are all really wonderful questions, valid questions. And to answer them at all, as it always is with spiritual wisdom, the answer lies somewhere in the middle. Numerology shows us a probable future. And indeed, it may be challenging. And the power of prediction allows us to walk into the challenge with awareness, with clear intention, with better understanding. That is huge, my friends. Because all these tools allow us to approach the challenge with maturity. And really, that is not to be taken for granted. And that's really where the power of prediction lies. On the one hand, we don't avoid it. We don't avoid the challenge. On the other, we can mitigate its intensity to a degree. We're allowed to try to feel a bit better. We are allowed to try to cushion our way into the challenge, for sure. Of course we are allowed to do that. But at the same time, from the perspective of us as spiritual beings growing on a path, we don't want to avoid challenges. Challenges are the very raw material that allows us to actually expand our consciousness, grow, mature. So we can't change the course of destiny, but we can harness it much better for conscious growth. And that's, if you ask me, a total game changer. And so prediction helps us tie heightened awareness, consciousness, and a conscious participation with whatever destiny brings. And that's really the power of numerological prediction. That's really the benefit of prediction. Right? So prediction helps us understand the karma we are dealing with. And by the way, the word karma, despite somehow having earned itself a slightly negative connotation, right? Karma is just the events of our life or the consequences of our life that through which we grow. And so prediction allows us to see or understand our karma in context, in the context of growth. And so there's nothing to avoid here. Even if we know it's going to be uncomfortable. We want to go through the discomfort because it makes us grow. And that's the beauty of prediction, because it helps us approach that discomfort with awareness, with intention. We can prepare ourselves. We cannot avoid. But that is really the beauty. That's the real strength. The next point is going to be about karma. I want to talk a little bit more about karma. Okay? But before I do that, here's a quick reminder that you can get yourself any kind of numerology reading. You can re-listen to all the ones I listed earlier on for a €40 discount. that will be valid for the entire month, July 23rd until August 23rd, 2023. In addition, you can get my online self-study numerology course, a very comprehensive, high-quality course for only 99 euros instead of 279. That's a real huge 180 euros discount for the entire month. All you need to do is at the checkout, enter the coupon code SUMMER 2023, all capital letters. And if you wish to pursue numerology as a career, I'm reminding you that I offer a full path of certification from beginner to numerology expert. And if you are already an experienced numerologist, you can sign up to my extension packages of 5 or 10 lesson packages and get a 15% discount for those packages for the next month. If you want to know more, click on the links to my website that I already mentioned earlier. Read more, contact me, and I'll be happy to go further on that. And of course, my friend, if you're enjoying this podcast and want to keep learning more quality numerology, please make sure to click the follow or subscribe button on the platform you're listening from and become part of my numerology family and get updated with my latest podcast episodes. Okay, having said that, let us talk about karma. For those of you who know me for quite a while, you know that for me, numerology is about growing up, maturation, and cultivation of spiritual adulthood. And in line with this approach of mine, I want to explain that karma, in this context, karma means the challenges we must go through in life. So karma is not at all a bad thing. Quite the contrary is true. Only by going through our karma with eyes wide open and a willing heart can we truly extract the wisdom and light from every life experience. This life is truly epic. It's an adventure. It's an exciting story with many unexpected twists in the plot. And even though sometimes it really burns, we must burn through it. But when we do, the unbelievable happens. We rise like a phoenix on the other end of the tunnel. Numerology is not about good or bad predictions. It simply helps us walk with conscious, open eyes into whatever it is that's coming. It helps us see the great logic interwoven into the fabric of our life. It shows us that things aren't random, but rather imbued with great purpose and intelligence. And it gives us the tools. It shows us what we're made of and how we can approach this karma in a way that we can extract the best out of it. When people approach numerology so that you tell them what's going to happen in order for them to escape it, evade it, that's not the right approach. The right approach to use numerology is really to be able to look at the karma that is the story of my life and summon the strength and the tools and the inner power, all of which we can understand through numerology, in order to go through this karma in the best possible way, because that's how you become freer, how you grow, how you expand, how you grow in spiritual awareness. And that is really exciting. So, should you not receive any numerological predictions, since anyhow you can't change what's coming? I think you already understand the answer is a clear no. Of course you should receive predictive numerology. Because as we already said and understood together, numerological prediction is not a way to escape the future, nor is it a way to announce some gloomy news or a bleak future. Rather, numerological prediction helps us work well with our karma, deal with it with intention, with attention, and also a beautiful, deep surrender to the will of the universe. And yes, it is okay to try to mitigate pain and suffering. So I give you that. Of course, we're wired to want to feel better, to want to feel good, to want to ease our pain. Yes, numerology also gives you that prediction so you can prepare yourself better, right? You can make it a bit easier. That's for sure. That's for sure. But at the same time, we must listen and learn from the karma, from the events. And that's what life, spirituality, and numerology show us. So by all means, enjoy numerological prediction and use it to wisely grow and to accept the currents of life as they come. Use numerology to learn to appreciate the unique and particular plans life has set forth for you. It is so magnificently intelligent. So I hope that this episode keeps inspiring you to look at numerology in more mature, profound, and deeper ways, and perhaps to dive deeper into numerology. And if you want to do so, don't forget that you can get yourself any kind of numerology reading, yearly forecast, destiny readings, understanding trauma, ask whatever you want kind of readings, and so on. I mentioned all of them earlier. Each reading for 40 euros off for the entire next month. July 23rd until August 23rd, 2023. You can also get yourself my online self-study numerology course, a real high-quality course with 44 high-quality videos and more than 70 exquisitely designed summary sheets and practice sheets, all for 99 euros instead of 279. All you have to do is at the checkout, enter coupon code SUMMER 2023, all capital letters. If you wish to pursue numerology as a career, you already know I offer a full path of certification all the way to numerology expert. If you want to do that, check the links provided in the podcast and the episode description to read more about my in-depth studies. And contact me, of course, if you want to go deeper. And if you're already an experienced numerologist, then you know I'm giving a 15% discount to my extension in-depth study packages if you want to expand your expertise. So you can choose a package of your choice and contact me to schedule your studies. And of course, my friend, if you enjoyed this podcast and want to keep learning more quality numerology, make sure to click the follow or subscribe button on the platform you're listening from and become part of my numerology family and get updated with my latest podcast episodes. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, I'll see you in the next episodes. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, and you want to go deeper into numerology, check out my website, tom-eckert.com. You can also book a numerology reading or even study numerology yourself through my courses. I'll see you in the next episode.